Everything you want in life is controlled by one thing: your mind. If you master it, nothing can stop you. If you don't, everything will. Your mind is your greatest asset. There is a silent force shaping your life right now, more powerful than your circumstances, louder than the opinions of others, and more decisive than luck or timing. It is not outside you. It is not something you must search for. It is already at work within you, your mind. Every victory you admire, every legacy you respect, every transformation you envy was first constructed in the invisible workshop of thought. Most people never realize this. They spend their lives trying to change the world without ever upgrading the lens through which they see it. They chase money, recognition, and security, yet neglect the very engine that determines whether any of those things can be sustained. The mind is not just a tool, it is the architect. And if you do not consciously design it, it will be shaped by fear, habit, and the expectations of others. History does not celebrate the strongest bodies, but the strongest minds. When Thomas Edison sat alone in his lab, surrounded by failed experiments, the world saw delay. He saw data. Where others would retreat, his mind reframed failure as instruction. That ability to reinterpret adversity is not talent, it is mental discipline. And discipline, once mastered, becomes power. Your mind is your greatest asset because it decides what you notice and what you ignore. Two people can face the same obstacle. One sees a wall, the other sees a doorway. One complains, the other calculates. One waits for permission, the other prepares for inevitability. The difference is not intelligence, it is conditioning, and conditioning can be changed. Dale Carnegie understood that success begins with mastery of thought and emotion. Influence, confidence, leadership, these are not performances, they are byproducts of inner order. When your thoughts are scattered, your actions weaken. When your beliefs are conflicted, your progress stalls. But when your mind is aligned, the world begins to respond differently. Most people allow their mind to run on default settings. They wake up reacting, checking, scrolling, comparing, handing control to whatever demands attention first. But winners take ownership early. They decide what their mind will focus on, because focus is direction, and direction, sustained over time, becomes destiny. Belief is not blind optimism, it is practiced certainty. Abraham Lincoln lost repeatedly before he ever led a nation. What sustained him was not applause, but conviction. His mind was anchored to purpose, not popularity. That is the difference between temporary confidence and enduring strength. One collapses under pressure, the other sharpens. Clarity is the next evolution of mental strength. A confused mind exhausts itself. A clear mind cuts through noise. Henry Ford did not build an empire by chasing every opportunity. He simplified, he focused, he trained his mind to see systems where others saw chaos. Clarity is not knowing everything, it is knowing what matters. Your mind must learn to filter. Not every opinion deserves entry. Not every emotion deserves obedience. Not every setback deserves despair. Mental wealth is built by choosing what you allow to live rent-free in your head. When you control that space, you control your response, and response is where power lives. Discipline trains the mind to act even when emotion resists. It is easy to feel inspired when circumstances are favorable. It is harder and far more valuable to remain committed when motivation fades. Discipline is the bridge between intention and outcome. It is self-respect in action. The mind grows stronger through challenge, not comfort. Walt Disney was told his ideas were impractical, unrealistic, impossible, but his mind had already accepted a different reality. He lived in the future before the future arrived. That is not delusion,
it is vision, and vision is the mind's ability to rehearse success before it appears. Gratitude stabilizes the mind. It prevents ambition from becoming emptiness. When you appreciate progress, no matter how small, you reinforce resilience. Gratitude reminds the mind that growth is happening, even when results are delayed. It turns waiting into preparation. Adaptability keeps the mind flexible. The world changes, systems collapse, plans fail. A rigid mind breaks under pressure. A flexible mind recalibrates. Power is not stubbornness, it is responsiveness. The strongest minds adjust without losing direction. Resilience is the mind's refusal to surrender meaning. Failure only defeats those who assign it finality. For the resilient, failure is temporary, specific, and instructional. This is not denial, it is strategic interpretation. The mind that learns survives. The mind that adapts advances. Your mind is your greatest asset because it compounds. Every thought repeated becomes a belief. Every belief reinforced becomes behavior. Every behavior sustained becomes identity, and identity determines outcomes. Change the pattern at the level of thought, and the entire system evolves. You are not limited by resources, connections, or circumstances as much as you are limited by untrained thinking. Once the mind is sharpened, opportunities reveal themselves. Once belief is anchored, action becomes decisive. Once clarity is established, progress accelerates. The world rewards those who think deeply, act deliberately, and persist intelligently. You do not need to be louder, you need to be clearer. You do not need permission, you need preparation. When your mind is disciplined, focused, and resilient, external validation becomes irrelevant. Your mind is not a liability to manage, it is an asset to invest in. And once you do, everything else begins to align.
The mind must also learn patience, not passive waiting, but active endurance. Most people quit not because they are incapable, but because they misjudge time. They expect immediate confirmation. They want proof before progress. But the mind that builds lasting success understands delay. It understands that roots grow before trees rise, that silence often precedes recognition. Andrew Carnegie did not build influence by demanding respect. He earned it by mastering people, principles, and patience. He understood that power rooted in ego collapses, but power rooted in understanding multiplies. The mind that listens grows wiser. The mind that observes grows sharper. The mind that reflects grows stronger. Your mind must become a strategist. Emotion is information, not instruction. Fear signals risk, but it does not decide action. Doubt highlights gaps, but it does not define ability. When the mind is trained, emotions are processed, not obeyed. This is emotional intelligence, the quiet advantage of leaders and builders. Learning is the fuel of mental wealth. The mind that stops learning begins declining immediately. Curiosity is not childish, it is essential. Every book read, every skill refined, every mistake analyzed adds leverage. The compounding effect of learning is invisible at first, but unstoppable over time. Those who appear naturally gifted are often simply mentally invested. Momentum is born in thought. The mind that expects progress notices opportunity. The mind that expects failure finds evidence. Expectation shapes perception, and perception shapes reality. This is not mysticism, it is attention. Where attention goes, energy follows. Where energy flows, results appear. The greatest danger is not failure, it is mental stagnation. A mind that refuses to evolve becomes trapped by its own past conclusions. Growth demands humility, the willingness to admit you were wrong, incomplete, or uninformed. Humility does not weaken power, it refines it. Eventually, something shifts. The noise quiets, the need for approval fades, the mind becomes anchored. You no longer rush, you no longer chase, you move with intention. You think before reacting, you choose before committing. This is mental authority. And when the mind reaches this state, life responds differently. Challenges become manageable, pressure becomes sharpening, criticism becomes irrelevant, success becomes sustainable. You stop asking whether you can do it because your mind has already rehearsed the path. Your mind is your greatest asset because it cannot be taken from you. Money can vanish, status can fade, circumstances can change overnight, but a disciplined, focused, resilient mind rebuilds again and again. That is real security. You were never meant to outsource your thinking. You were meant to master it, to shape it, to discipline it, to invest in it daily. Because when the mind is strong, the future is negotiable. And when you finally understand this, truly understand it, you stop fearing the world. You stop reacting to it. You begin directing it. Your mind is your greatest asset. This channel isn't for everyone. It's for those who choose discipline over excuses.